Hi, I'm Greg from Second Thoughts East Yorkshire. I hope you're well. Message me to let me know how you are getting along. I really am interested in knowing, so please keep the messages coming. Your messages also help me to think about topics for future videos, so you're actually helping me too, which is fantastic. Thank you. Today I'm going to talk about self-sabotaging. Have you ever heard the expression, "he is his own worst enemy"? For many of us, that can too often be the case, sadly. Sometimes we don't need anyone else to put us down, make us feel inadequate or incapable. We can manage to do it all by ourselves. The term is self-sabotage, but it basically means scuppering ourselves by doing things like 1. Leaving things until the last minute, delaying jobs that we feel will cause us anxiety, or perhaps that will involve incurring a financial or even an emotional cost. 2. We avoid starting jobs, projects, or even day-to-day tasks. And when we do start them, we never finish them. 3. Sabotaging our own relationships, either personal or perhaps intimate ones, or even casual relationships with friends, neighbours, or acquaintances. And that can mean saying things or even doing things that we know that are either inappropriate or insulting at the time, but we still do them anyway. 4. Giving up, just quitting, even when you are on top of things. That's never quite finishing anything, even though we know we've done a good job and it's almost complete. We never quite had the finishing touches. 5. Relapsing into alcohol or drug dependency, finding escape through taking drugs or drinking. For some of us, it can also be using food as a crutch, so eating comfort food, comfort eating. 6. Having unrealistic perfectionist ideals, setting standards that are practically impossible for anyone to hit. 7. Low self-worth, or even imposter syndrome, feeling you're not capable of doing the tasks you've been set, or that you're the wrong person for the job, even if indeed it actually is your job. This feeds on itself, so the more you do it to start with, the easier course of action it becomes in the future too. And finally, 8. Using negative self-talk. That's talking yourself down. Using phrases like, "I always fail," "Why do I bother?" "I'm useless," "I'm not worth this," "Why should people like me when I don't like myself?" That type of thing. So why do we do it? Why do we blow ourselves out of the water? One reason can indeed be very low self-esteem. We don't feel that we're worthy of any compliment, positive assessment, or even any gratitude or thanks. Consequently, we spend our whole lives thinking that we should never ever be rewarded or even punished for the way that we are. Psychologists will always argue about whether the way we are is a product of nature or nurture. That's whether we're born to be a certain way, we have a genetic disposition if you like, or we turn out that way because of our life experiences. There's a significant amount of research being done proving both ways are relevant, but my belief is strongly that we're all a product of our upbringing, i.e. our experiences during our childhood and adolescence, which is our formative years. The mind is impressionable at a young age, so we believe what we're told by parents, elders, and to a large extent peers too. On occasion, that conditioning can be done later in life by abusive partners, particularly when that partner is manipulative and controlling. And people who are of that ilk become very adept at being like that. So they make us feel guilty, and it's actually their faults. If you're told that you're foolish, inept, horrible, incapable, ugly, useless, chances are you'll believe it, even if you're presented with proof to the contrary. So we go on day after day, living down to our reputation rather than up to it, even though that reputation is absolutely wrong, totally inaccurate. Another reason that we self-sabotage is that we may associate change with pain. So we don't want to change because any change that's happened to us in the past has involved some sort of cost. Could be physical, but it's mainly mental. And that could maybe be because she moved home a lot as a child, so felt unsettled, perhaps changed schools a lot. And it could possibly link to losing loved ones as they pass away, or maybe even losing our pets that we love. So what can we do to change things? How can we change this state of affairs? Well, it needs behaviour to change, but that can't be done on its own. To stand more chance of success, you need to change the way you think and the way you control your emotions too. That's much easier said than done, but it is possible, and trust me, it does work. As you gain more emotional intelligence and insight, understanding why you think and feel the way that you do, you start to change the way you approach life. To do this, you'll need to write some things down as you go along. I'll pop a slide at the end of the video that you can use as a template to start changing the way that you think. The process we need to use to help us change is called self-talk, and that's literally talking to yourself. Now, there can be either negative or positive self-talk, and both are extremely powerful. Whether you say to yourself, I can't do this, or I can do this, chances are that you'll be right. Negative self-talk supports self-sabotage. The next time you notice yourself engaging in self-sabotaging behaviour, notice your thoughts. What's going through your mind? And I bet it's things like, oh, I can't do this, I'm a failure, I've never been any good at this, I know I'm going to fail, I know I'm going to fall, so why bother even trying? Now, using the pro forma at the end, the slide at the end, write down all of your negative self-talk. Even if the thoughts seem petty or embarrassing, jot them down. Then question those thoughts. Why are you thinking that way? What evidence is there to justify it? Yes, we've all made mistakes in the past. And yes, we may have done things wrong or poorly. But it doesn't mean that we're going to be wrong or do them poorly every time we try. Very few successes in life have come about without a few failures first. Next, substitute the negative thought with a positive one. And we call positive self-talk positive affirmations. And usually these are the exact opposite of the negative ones. So, for example, instead of saying or thinking, I can't do this, I'm a failure, think, yes, I can do this. I can be successful. I can do it. As I just said, we've all made mistakes in the past, done things that we shouldn't have, or perhaps not done things that we should have done. We're all human, and no one can alter the past. So stop being held back by limiting behaviour reinforced by negative self-talk. Always remember that today is the first day of the rest of your life, and things can improve. You can make them improve. Also, try to limit how long you spend with people who put you down. Easier said than done if it's members of your close family or close friends, but try to avoid being around them when you undertake a project or work. The world is full of critics. We all get criticised constantly. I do, you do, everyone does. But we need to believe in ourselves. You can and you will prove them wrong. Once you start to succeed, you can build on it. And successes are built on success. The more you do it, the more readily it will become a way of life for you. Start making the changes and you'll quickly see that you are a success. Not all of us are surgeons, lawyers, or high-flying business people, but we all have skills, attributes, good points, and likeable things about us. Live your life to the full, enjoy your experiences, and learn as you go. I'll add that slide at the end to help you to be able to put the changes into action. You can just use it as a prompt and just write down your thoughts as they occur to you. I hope you've enjoyed the video and get something from it. Please leave me a comment or message me and I will get back to you. I'll be back with more videos soon. In the meantime, take care, stay safe and good mental health. Bye.